What's going on, Micro Militia? And today we are back. We are trucking along with more Sleep Token, and specifically their album Take Me Back to Eden. Today we have the track Aqua Regia. Is that another biblical reference? I don't know. And I'm excited to hop back into some more Sleep Token. It's been a while since I recorded those last bunch of reactions, but we're back here today. Don't really know what to expect. As always with Sleep Token, you never really know. We haven't had screaming in a while, not that I remember at least. Is that something they do more, in more recent songs? We're going to have to just work our way through this album and see. This album, again, has already generated a couple of my favorite songs by Sleep Token, so I have no reason to believe that this song is going to be bad. Nor do I ever think a Sleep Token song is going to be bad. It's just, what direction are they going to take? And there's no sense trying to even guess, because, guessing is what direction Sleep Token is going to take is a moot. And of course, guys, if you want to see me react to the entire Sleep Token discography, we're slowly trucking along, but we're getting there. If you want to join me along with this journey, go ahead and hit the hot thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and hop into Sleep Token's Aqua Regia. We got the symbols in the bottom left again. Interesting.
Off the walls, between teeth on a broken jaw, following a blood trail, frothing at the moor. These days I'm a circuit board, integrated hardware you cannot afford.
Ooh.
Perfect start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword.
Okay, before we get into this next section, wow, okay, we're getting into more of the little hip-hop style here. We have this gold, this figure being, erected with, it looks like some molten gold. And right off the bat, when the music came in, when the synthesizer came in, it gave me like a video game vibe. I don't know exactly which video game, maybe a Zelda, something along those lines, but it felt like it was underwater. Like from an underwater level or something like that. But it really, I got a very strong feeling from within that I've heard that in a video game before, or something very similar in a video game. And then a couple of the chords, when he came in with the actual piano there, were just really dissonant and really created a tension within the music. So once again, that's Vessel figuring out a way to just hook the ear and draw your attention, because the chord didn't seem like it fit very well, which is that dissonance that creates the tension, which kind of gets your ear going, what am I listening to here? And then it came in with the bass and the hip-hop feel to it. And it sounds like we're getting a little bit more mellow here, so let's go ahead and take it back and continue.
Perfect start to a perfect war, putting down the roses, picking up the sword.
Putting down the roses, picking up the sword, he's gonna fight. Regia.
My past is a holy book, a call from Olympus, ringing off the hook. Between the pain and the way you look, I'm stuck in a time where the mountains shook. These days I'm a picture frame, screaming at the sunshine, singing in the rain. Sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain, out of Eden's vices running through my veins. Aqua Regia, oxytocin running in the ether. Silicon, ballrooms, subatomic interactions if it's all
Wow.
gold rock, acid flux, saturate me, I can't get enough. Cold blood,
Piano solo. Okay, right there, you heard those in the piano solo. You heard that dissonant, the notes right there. They sound wrong. He's going chromatic. Wow. Okay, I'm really enjoying this so far. And again, this song is very, very hip hop. We have the pianos, and hip hop just fits well with piano. Most genres do fit well with piano, but hip hop especially. When you put piano and hip hop, it gives it more of that like East Coast vibe, I feel like. And he's got a beautiful melody because he's not just like rapping in a sense. He has a rap flow to it, but he's got a beautiful tone and a beautiful melody that he's singing with. So that's the mix of genres very subtly, and it's very smooth. This one is very smooth. The creature we have here with the 4 arms, it almost looks like it's a puppet. And then the lyrics here, these lyrics, I'm catching a lot of them, and there's more biblical references. Well, my past is a holy book, a call from Olympus. So this is a different religion this time. That's Greek mythology. Olympus is where the gods live. Zeus, or I don't know if it's all the gods, but definitely Zeus. We have a lot of like biological, scientific, tech references too in here, and they're one right after another. So first off, the first set of lyrics he mentions very cleverly, might I add, that he says, "These days I'm a circuit board, integrated hardware you cannot afford." So he's envisioning himself, he's comparing himself to a circuit board. So electricity flows through him. He acts as a switch to send, if I'm thinking about that, it's maybe more of a motherboard. But what the motherboard on a computer does is it's the hardware that connects the rest of the PC or the rest of a machine. So like it sends the instructions to the CPU, how to work with the GPU, how to work with the RAM. It's the thing that connects all the hardware of a computer. And then it says, "I'm integrated hardware you cannot afford." So it's integrated hardware on the circuit board that he can't afford. Wow, that's so clever and so creative. It's like you have it, but it's like you can't handle me in a way. And then, of course, putting down the roses, picking up a sword. So change of strategies there. No more love and Mr. Nice Guy. He's picking up the sword and he's going to fight. Aqua Regia. I wish I knew what that meant. I wish I knew what that was a reference to. And then, of course, we have my past is a holy book, and then the Olympus reference. So, and then we start getting into the biological references here. A sugar on the blood cells. That's a crazy reference. You have the sugar, and sugar is kind of, regarded as bad for you. Obviously, you need some sugar in your blood, or else, your insulin kind of takes over. But sugar on the blood cells, carbon on the brain. So to me, that kind of gives the imagery of getting taken over, like the human body getting taken over. Sugar is consuming the blood cells. Carbon is kind of taking over the brain. It's creating a coat. It's making the brain so where it's not functioning properly. We're back to Eden. All of Eden's vices running through my veins. So this definitely is giving me images of someone being taken over, a body being taken over. Hence, maybe the puppet creature we have here. And then it continues, oxytocin running in the ether, silicon ballrooms, subatomic interactions, if it's all good. Wow, see, we have a lot of biological references going on here. Oxytocin running in the ether. So oxytocin is that chemical in the brain that it has to do with like it's the social, if I'm remembering this correctly, it's like the social chemical. That chemical has to do with like your trust in someone, your social interactions with people. Like when you have good interactions with people, primarily, if I'm not mistaken, maybe not primarily, but a lot to do with like when you have a romantic connection with someone, like a love connection with someone. The oxytocin is what's creating that like love, essentially. Like when you're infatuated with someone, you're getting a big dose of oxytocin. But then that also works with like friendships as well, like connecting with like your homies and people you're close with. Your bond with I believe it's also like has to do with a childbirth or something like that. Is that right? I'm not sure, but I definitely know it has to do. It's that chemical that that relates to like your social ability to connect with people. So oxytocin in the ether, and then the silicone ballrooms. So ballrooms made of that, you know, plastic, and subatomic interactions. If it's all good, ooh, we're getting subatomic on them. We're getting quantum on them. So if it's all good, they're connecting on a subatomic level. That's just such good song. That's such good lyric writing. Such good lyric writing. And then it continues, saturate me, I can't get enough. So yeah, this is someone being overwhelmed and taken over by this feeling, by this relationship. These are probably my favorite lyrics of a Sleep Token song to date. Although, again, I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics when I reacted to Caramel. But I've been listening to that song a lot recently and kind of just catching lyrics, not looking at the lyrics, but kind of hearing more. And I think he's actually talking about like Vessel, the person, the actual person Vessel is talking about himself in that song. Because I remember hearing some lyrics about like him trying to be anonymous, and he's like directly like talking to the people that are exposing who he actually is, like the actual artist, not Vessel, but the person behind Vessel. And he's like, that's what I get for trying to hide on stage or trying to hide in plain, something like that. So I'm really interested to go back and actually look at those lyrics. But so far, since I've been paying attention to the lyrics, these are S tier. These are my favorite lyrics so far. Okay, let's take it back a few seconds and let's continue. Triplet, triplet. Very jazzy, very bluesy. I just got that video game feel again.
Dancing to alarm bells. No wonder my ears are.
Okay, that reaction is because we had a genre switch right there. We went from the real jazzy feel, real bluesy, not maybe more jazz than blues, because jazz, that's very common in jazz to have those chromatic scales where things sound wrong, but what's really to say wrong when you resolve that phrasing. And then even what Chu is doing right here, he's reserved and on the ride cymbal a lot. That's very big in jazz. No matter what kind of, like, specifically I'm thinking back to my days in jazz band in high school. No matter what genre you're playing in jazz band specifically, it's very ride cymbal heavy. Even if you're doing swing, you could swing on anything, but a big thing I did and our band did was that ride cymbal, that but on the ride cymbal. That was more of a hi-hat thing I just did with my mouth, but on that ride cymbal, he's hitting that 4 on the floor on the ride cymbal. And then right here, we just switched to a boo-doo-doo-doo with an acoustic. That I don't even know what to call that genre, but it's I think it kind of reminded me of a song. I don't know who it's by. I don't know what the name of the song is. It reminded me of like your legs don't work like they used to before. That right there. I don't know why. Maybe that's not the same genre at all, but it kind of reminded me of that. But it's a genre switch nonetheless. It's not like some somber piano to metal or rock to metal like some of their other songs, but it is for sure like a jazz to pop sort of genre switch there. So we're definitely getting a genre switch. I'm very excited to get into this next section. Let's go ahead and get into it. Beautiful vocals too.
No wonder my ears are still ringing, and I am done fighting off change. No wonder my arms are still swinging.
And now we're back to it. Four on the floor on that ride.
Subatomic interactions if it's all good. Gold bar, acid flood, saturate me, I can't get enough. Cold blood, hot blood, burning to your heart when you're thinking of.
Ooh. And then I love what 2 did there. So right there at the end, it's nothing huge, it's nothing grandiose, but again, 2 was keeping that 4 on the floor on the ride symbol, and then the very last kind of note of the song, he hits the hi-hat open, and it's very loose, so you can hear the top and the bottom cymbals scraping against each other with that movement, and it's very pronounced. That's a very, very nice touch. That's a high-level jazz touch right there. I like that song a lot. That's up there. That's up there. That's a really good song. The song composition there was incredible because it wasn't overdone. It was very tasteful. It's from a genre that we haven't touched much in the Sleep Token journey so far, with the jazz mixed with that acoustic pop for a few measures there. There wasn't much of it, and then we had Vessel's vocals going into that section right there were just, they were so good. And then we even have a lyric here that kind of shows that my imagery was kind of on the right path, at least, where he says, and I'm done fighting off change. That means he is letting it take over now. This transformation that's happening, the sugar on the blood cells, the carbon on the brain, the oxytocin running in the ether. He's done. He says, I'm done fighting off the change. No wonder my arms are still swinging. That part's a little contradictory because I imagine that his arms are swinging like fighting off. But his arms are still swinging, but he's done fighting off. So there's a weird contradiction there that I'm kind of struggling to put together. And then, of course, we go back and we end it with the chorus. And then, of course, in the chorus, he says, saturate me, I can't get enough. So he's actually embracing this, and he's like, yes, take me over. So maybe this fight that I'm sensing from Vessel, he's giving up on the fight, or maybe he's fighting more. I'm kind of torn there. I'm kind of not sure which direction that the lyrics are going. But anyways, great composition overall, great lyrics. We had that genre switch up, which I really enjoyed too, because that's what Sleep Token's kind of known for. It wasn't a big grandiose one, like I said, but it was a very selective, and it worked so well. Anyways, guys, that's enough yapping for me. If you did enjoy it, again, hit the hot thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I will catch y'all all on the next one. At ease, Micro Militia.